This is one of a pair of New Forests owned by different people that we broke, two geldings, and I'm just showing you here that I can put it to myself. How it will turn to come out the yard, turning the carriage right back on itself. Nice pair they are actually. Considering now, you know, as I've said before on another film, it's not so much that they're a matching pair in their attitude. See his nice head carriage here off a rubber bit and a soft contact. People say it can't be done, but I'm not pulling on the reins. You can see him bouncing about on his back there, but a nice contact, a nice head carriage. And so is the other one. Now, they're a real nice pair, so we're just showing you what they can do at all different paces. Because it's, once you get them going once you get them going single, then you've got to get them in a pair. They've got to learn to work together, but they have the freedom to work at their own pace. So here I'm cantering up, and I ask the horse to stop on a sixpence. And there you can see he does it, but not only does he do that, he's not upset, he's not uptight, and he'll walk away when I asked him. It's a bit of artistic licence here from Melanie, using a mirror. So you can see him coming along there. I never have any contact with these horses. They've only got a soft piece of rubber in their mouth, and it's very pleasing for me to see that they can go out under any circumstances in heavy traffic and, you know, be perfectly controllable and also safe, confident and happy in any sphere of harness work. That's what I've always said and what we're aiming for here. The shame of it is they're not the same colour really. I'm just letting him run there with no rein on him at all. We're coming in the water here. A nice back up in the yard. When I asked him, just a nice little touch on his mouth, and he's coming back sweetly. I like to do that in the yard, ask them to come back, you know, to back up in the yard, because, you know, obviously they're home and they think they've finished their day's work and they're going to now, you know, have their, well, in this case this was quite early in the morning, they'd go in and have their breakfast and like that, you know, get washed off and go in and have their breakfast. So to make them back up in the yard at the turn round and come out again, as we have here, is all good education, because it's things that they wouldn't normally do, obviously. So you see the horse work at every pace. As I asked him to trot, I can ask him to canter and he'll just stop on a sixpence, walk when he's told, just stand nicely on a relaxed rein. That's what we're looking for. And they're two real nice horses. It would be nice if, I suppose, they matched in colour, but they're an absolute pleasure to drive single and in a pair, and they do go extremely well in a pair. You see him cantering freely away there. When I asked him to stop, he stops, all on a rubber bit. No curb chains, no cantilever bits, no Liverpools, butterfly, military reversible, whatever you want to say, all done on a soft bit. Well, obviously if they'll obey that, they're broke properly. You can't argue the fact. If they'll do it on a piece of rubber in heavy traffic, I mean, look at this truck coming past. He don't go off a line at all. He just keeps his line coming up to this junction. I've got to stand him like that there, because when we come, this road's all right, we're on, but as we come onto this one, it's much smoother coming round that corner. The tyres of the trucks and motor vehicles make it quite smooth, so I want to bring him onto a bit of an angle, but he would stand up straight. But sometimes he'll, you know, also slip a bit, and these want re-shoeing, these horses. They've only got a few days left in their shoes, but they're going home shortly. So, well, the fella's going to drive them. They're owned by different people, but they live close to each other, and they're going to drive them as a pair. They've got a carriage that suits a pair and single. But you see him standing there on a slack rein, wait till he's told. If you leave him there for more than about 2 or 3 minutes, he'll drop his quarters down and rest his leg, you know. That old mixer going by and everything, he takes no notice of. You know what I mean by no notice, he doesn't even acknowledge it. He don't lift his ears up, prick them, anything at all. And just nice pair of New Forest, and a nice size. A lot of New Forest these days are quite small, but these will be up over the 14 hand, I would think, which is nice to see, and carry a bit of bone as well. You can see coming past this truck, he's got plastic wrap over some timber there, and it was a bit breezy and you could hear it crackling, but it didn't bother him at all. And this is the other one now. I like both of these horses just as much, and this one's a solid bay, no white about him, and a nice conker, I call them, like conker colour, you know, that copper bay. Well, his name's actually Copper. So I asked him now, people will say to me, oh, Mr. Hook, you shouldn't slap him on. I know perfectly well, you know, the etiquette of driving, but it's very good when you're training a young horse to slap him with the reins, because if you make a mistake and catch him with the reins, you know, you don't want him to do anything at all. We don't use whips, as most people know. We use like a lunge whip with the lash cut off entirely, and we put little squash balls normally, or Melanie gets some sponge ones, and we tape on, so it is a true extension of your hand, so we can, you know, touch him with it and say, oh, I'm just talking to you, pay attention. See, with that big truck coming past, no problem at all. I've had to bring him over a little bit then, a tiny bit, because he had the lorry had those straps on the side of it, and if you think where he is, and I'm in quite a wide vehicle, so you can see even there going along that my wheel is very near the white line, and some of these curtain siders, that's what they call them, the straps hanging down, I've been hit on the arm with them, and it does hurt, you know, because obviously they're going at speed if they've got one that's not tied up, so that's why I always just come over a bit. But you see, like with this lorry here, where it hasn't got anything, I'll put him right on it, no problem at all. Here I'm just putting him two on my own. Looks nice, this horse, you know, very, very muscular. Been here a while now, and has got very fit. This one here comes in, he comes in here nice, you know, splashing all over his face. Just a nice attitude towards her. Both of them are the same really, they've both got a nice attitude to what you're asking them to do. So we take them on the more or less the same route, so that you can see the comparison of them. You can see the nice head carriage there on the horse, just high enough. You don't want them any higher than that, in my opinion. Come round across his old legs over sweet when he turns. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. And as I say, all they're in is a soft piece of rubber. You see him come down here with nice movement for what he is. I mean, he's only a New Forest, but a nice free floating action. Both of them have got the same. I just asked him to hold it down now, and we've dropped down the metal on the back.